What a beautiful day we have, ladies and gentlemen. This is my 2025 Bow of the Year video. Let's get right into it. This bow right here is not my 2025 Bow of the Year. This bow right here, a very nice looking bow. This bow right here is not my 2025 Bow of the Year. This bow right here, a very nice looking bow. This bow right here is my 2025 Bow of the Year. And I want to tell you all about it. The good, the bad. Let's break it all down completely today, top to bottom. Respectably. Can you see that green knot glowing? That's a decent shot for me. If we haven't met before, my name is Tim Connor. I'm just a guy who likes shooting my bow. I'm not like a big time tournament archer. I'm a guy who likes going out, slinging carbon, having fun, and working at it. Right out of the gate, this is the Darton Sequel ST, and I have it in the 35 axle-to-axle model. See, it says 35 right there. That stands for the axle-to-axle length, and that's the longest version they have. It also comes in 31 and 33. That right there, that is what the whole bow looks like, top to bottom. From a features perspective, at the end of the day, whatever bow I shoot is a bow I'm going to shoot year round. So I want it to feel good. I want it to be able to draw back and not feel like it's going to rip my shoulder out and be fun to shoot. This bow has 100% checked that box. It is a very nice feeling bow as far as the draw cycle goes. It draws back very nicely. The crazy thing about this bow, and you can go back and watch one of Josh's tests, MFJJ's channel on Podium Archer, this bow has put out some of the best speeds in 2025, arguably the best speed in the 33 model. For reference, I'm shooting 28.5-inch draw length, a 440 grain arrow, and right close to 69-pound draw weight. And here's the speed I'm seeing. And typically, if you say speed, it means that the bow is going to feel worse. This bow has probably the best ratio of feel good draw to total speed that I've ever owned. And that's pretty kick-ass. This bow goes from 26-inch draw length to 31.5-inch draw length. What I have here is the 70-pound model, and it comes with a regular mod and a speed mod if you want. So if you wanted to chase a few more extra feet per second, you can put the speed mod on and really reach those upper tiers for speed. Currently, I have the bow on 28.5-inch draw length. So 28.5 inches is kind of right in the middle of that range. It feels very nice. I want to take you through everything I've put on this bow, top to bottom, and that'll help the next part of this video make more sense too. The Excel Landslide sight with their smaller scope on it currently. I have podium bars, 10 inches on the back, 15 inches on the front, 4 ounces on the front, 7 ounces on the back, and I've kicked my bar just a little bit angled out to the side. And that's where I feel like this bow is balanced very nicely. Hamskea Epsilon rest. and this neat Hamskea peep kit system where I can interchange the size of the peep just by screwing this in and out. One of my favorite parts about this bow is the grip. It's got a very simple shape to it. It's squared off, probably a little bit wider than most, but very square, smooth, and simple. And it's comfortable and easy to repeat. A lot of other bow brands don't have a grip that I think is this nice or this simple. And in those situations, a lot of times they're modular, so you can interchange the grip or put something else on or something third party if that's what you're into. This grip right off the shelf is very nice, but I would also say in the future, it wouldn't be a bad thing if Darton went to a modular grip. Because although I do like this, I think being modular is nice because it gives everybody more options. On the back side of the grip, there's a nice vertical line, and that's so you can rest your fingers right into it when you're gripping your bow. And that's just another thing that you could use to be more consistent with how you grip the bow. And I think that's actually something that's simple and very awesome. This other vertical line you're seeing on top is like, for somebody like me, who's just kind of a noob when it comes to setting their bow up, is amazing. And that line is for your center shot. So your arrow, when it starts out, ideally is going right over the center of that line. And then vertically, it's also through the center of the burger holes there. And that makes it so easy to get set up. I did set this bow up myself. I think it's the first bow I've pretty much set up without somebody holding my hand. And that video is on my channel. If you want to go back and watch that, it'll be linked down below. I'm about a 3 out of 10 mechanic, and I put it together, so I got that going for me. I'm gonna take the bow off the hanger because the next thing that I want to talk about with you guys is really what I think Darton did this year that's gonna change the game for a long time. Okay, you see this little screw doodad here? This screw has the option to screw into the right limb or the left limb. And this is the first time Darton's ever done anything like this. And across other companies as well, like this is a unique system that allows you to easy tune your bow. To change your tears right or left, if you haven't gone into tuning your bow, you can add a limb pressure here or add a limb pressure here by simply taking that screw and just screwing it in. And if you're someone who doesn't know what you're doing, like me, I called it a 50-50 system. I screwed down on one side, and if it didn't change my tear to get closer to the middle, I screwed down on the other side. If you're someone who wants to learn that kind of thing, I think it's very neat. It's very cool and satisfying to be able to set up your bow. But even if you're bringing it to a shop and a bow technician's working on it, it allows them to work on it quickly, which saves them time and would help save you time. Good things as well. Okay, see that little bit of rust in there? There's a little bit of rust in there. If that doesn't tell you that I've used my bow, I don't know what would. Now, one of my early concerns is that screw would actually change because it was getting rattled down on the back of my four-wheeler, or enough bouncing around it would move. I actually haven't had the screw move on me. I've had the engineers in the comment section say that because of the limb pressure back here, that screw shouldn't move. And I pretty much believe that at this point. But what I would love to see in the future is something like a rifle scope, where on the top of this, you backed it out and then you went clack, 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 just like a rifle scope. Turn, 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 and then you pushed it back down. I just think that would be the coolest way to be able to tune a bow, is like pop it out, click, 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 get it set, push it down, and then not only would you know it wouldn't change, but then also maybe you could have markings on it so you knew how much you moved it. What I would add to that is I was able to move my tear about 1 inch to 1.5 inches to the right and 1 inch and a half to the left, because I did take it and screw it all the way down on both sides just to see how far I could move a tear. And if your arrow's tearing more than that or outside of that, there's a good chance that you still have to shim the bow like a traditional tuning system. But I think for 80 or 90% of people, you're going to be able to tune that bow with those 2 bolts. It's on the top and the bottom. This little doodad we're looking at right here is one of the reasons that really solidified this bow as being the bow of the year for me. If it was just a bow I like to shoot, I wouldn't have called it the bow of the year. I would just say, hey, this is a bow I like to shoot. this tuning feature is a timing feature that allows you to change your timing with as simple as loosening an Allen bolt on top. I'll show that to you. So there's an Allen bolt on top, and then you're able to take and twist right here, twist into the cables or out of the cables to change your timing. Timing is very important if you want to shoot well. If your bow's out of time, it means one of the cables is hitting the draw stop and the other one's not. And a lot of times that creates an errant shot pattern. So having a bow that's in time is important. And I want archery to be easier and simpler, and it does that. So I actually think in 2026, we're gonna see more bow companies to go to something like this or similar to this to make timing an easy adjustment for everybody. Now, if you were to crack that nut and twist, crack the nut and twist, this would actually be pretty difficult to twist, but you could put like a little golf tee through here or something to give you some assistance or some leverage to twist it. And hopefully once your timing is set, it's set. And that's how it's been for me. Now I want to take you through the bad. It's not all good. That wouldn't be fair to say. There are some things that I think could be better, and I want to share them with you. For whatever reason, I don't know the science behind it, I have had my paper tear change on this bow a couple times with the same arrow setup. I'm gonna guess that had to do with my string breaking in. I'm running the Gas Ghost XV strings on this. I have had a couple seasons of experience using these strings, and that hasn't been a common theme. I think I've had to change my screws. I think I've had to do that twice leading up to this point. To give you a little context, in years past, I think I've shot every major archery brand now, or very, very close. I've shot Matthews, I've shot PSE, I've shot Hoyt, and I've shot Bowtech. All of those bows I've owned for a period of time and gotten a lot of arrows through. When it comes to actually just raw feel of how does the bow feel, draw, and hold in the back wall, and then speed it produces, this bow is as good as any bow I have ever owned. I have a lot of confidence in it that way, and it's been really fun to shoot. I've kind of had this realization of late that a 35 axle to axle bow is a beautiful bow for a lot of reasons. The length of the riser makes it feel very stable. It feels good, but also with that, it's like cumbersome. And I've come to the conclusion that I don't want to hunt with a 35 axle to axle bow. I actually think for most people that want to hunt, the 33 or the 31 is your huckleberry. The 35, maybe if you're really tall, or the 35 if you want to shoot a lot of 3D, or maybe even convert it to an indoor bow. One really interesting side note is that Jacob Slusars won the Lancaster tournament shooting the Darton Sequel 35, which is one of the biggest indoor archery events we have. And most people are shooting 38-inch bows, 37-inch bows, and he won with a 35-inch Sequel ST too. So that's kind of cool. I have a question for you, or more of a proposal of sorts. This bow, one of my favorite bows ever, because I'm not going to hunt with it, I want to donate it to either give it away to a YouTube subscriber. So please subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this style of content. That really does help. But I'm going to let you vote on it. So I'm either going to give it away to a YouTube subscriber, or if you guys would rather see me attempt to blow it up in a future video, I'll do that. So down in the comment section, go vote either to blow it up or give it away. Because I'm going to leave it up to you. We'll see what you all want to see. And I'm going to swap this out with a Sequel ST 33, and that's the bow I'm going to hunt and haul around the woods with me and carry through hunting season. So this bow, that's going to be in your hands. Go down to the comment section and let me know what you think. Whatever happens with this bow, it's going to be quite sad. It's going to be quite sad. I don't think I've ever shot a bow as well. All right, we have a special guest of the vid, Josh Jones. We know him, our friendly Mohawk man. Do you think there's a case to be made for this bow being the bow of the year? And you can be 100% transparent.
I think it's arguable. I don't know if it can be absolutely that way, because in my world, it takes a lot of work to make a bow lighter. Like, it's hard to make a bow lighter and not have it feel like shit, realistically. And that bow's heavy. It's not that hard to make a bow that feels great, that's heavy on feel. Tunability, features, etc. Very hard to beat this thing. And sneaky fast for how it feels on the cycle. Like, I'm very impressed with the bow. So I think it's something you could argue, honestly. Until they make this thing lighter, I don't think you can say that. Now I gotta find out how fast this freaking trigger that Timmy's been rocking is. Looks like it moves pretty quick on your trigger work, just saying. You ready?
Yeah.
Is this on sight?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's just, it pulls easy, man, for how fast it is. It really does. Well, it's not as light as I thought it would be.
No, it's not a hair.
I thought this would be like, it's gone.
You went through all of the bows,
Yeah.
top to bottom, tested them all in your ranking system. How did this bow churn out of that?
It's right up there in the tops. Like, the numbers that it got, I want to say were, I don't think another bow outperformed it by more than 2 points, which is very impressive in my number system, because I've got up to 30 points difference or 25 points difference.
Yeah.
So it's one of the best bows of the year.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. I'll give you that one. I'm not sure, well, currently anyway, I'm not sure there's a bow that that shoots this speed for how the draw cycle feels.
Yeah.
Being honest.
That's what I said.
I think there's within a couple of feet of it, but this thing is like kind of shockingly fast for how smooth the cycle is. It's not aggressive.
Yeah, there's something sneaky going on.
I have a 33 built in Nashville that I've shot a little bit. I like it. Ooh, that was working hard.
That's all right.
It's just sneaky heavier than I thought.
Yeah. Josh has all of the measurements, the data, all of that is cataloged nicely on his YouTube channel, Podium Archer. I want to wrap this video here. That is my long-term review of the Darton Sequel ST2. I have it in the 35, but it comes in the 31, 33, and 35 model. I really think what you should do, if this is a bow you want to consider, is you should go down to your local archery shop and try out the bows. Try out the bows that you're considering, side by side by side. Decide what features are important to you. Everyone's a little different. How do you want to use it? What's important to you? And make your decision from there. That's it. If you don't have access to any of that kind of stuff, well, maybe you just send it and take my word for it that it's a damn good bow. If you're interested in any sort of archery stuff and you're not going to get it from your local archery shop, check out podiumarcher.com. Has all sorts of archery stuff, everything really you could imagine. And my discount code TimC will help you save a few bucks. And it also helps support, you know, me making crazy wild stuff like this, and maybe giving this away, or maybe blowing it up. Either way. Also, if I do give it away, I'm just going to give away the bow. I'm going to give away the bow without the accessories on it, which I still think would be pretty cool, and you could make it your own. Get down in the comments and let me know what you think on that. I'm going to wrap the video here. I appreciate y'all so much. I got some awesome tack videos in the hopper, and I will catch you back for the next one.